happy to be here for the fourth time. We participated, as Salar said, in the first World VR Forum, and then with the company, we had more and more opportunities to come back here. So yes, he said, I'm happy today to explain what is Imverse and what we are doing. So we are a spin-off from EPFL. We have expertise in virtual reality, but also in neuroscience of embodiment and 3D graphics. And we are going to use this to create the volumetric future of location-based entertainment. As you know, location-based entertainment is this proliferation of venues, virtual reality arcades, in which you have multiplayer games and experiences. So you go there, you pay a ticket, and you go through the game with your friends. And the good thing about this market is that it's one of the fastest markets in virtual reality. So there are 60,000 venues expected by 2023, and that's where we want to bring our technology. So what we want to do in there is to bring our software to power a system of cameras that are around yourself during the game and are actually capturing a hologram of yourself in real time. So basically you are in VR, you are wearing the headset, and when you look down, you can see yourself, you can see your body in real time. It's not an avatar. We are not using a motion capture system with sensors on your body. It's really your real body in 3D inside of the game. And you can also see your friends in the multiplayer settings. So it's going to be very collaborative and very intuitive to engage with the people that you went there to play with. This is an example of our capture. Now actually we have increased already the quality, so you see there's some noise. But we were actually the first company in the world to show real-time capture publicly as part of the official selection of the Sundance Film Festival 2018 with a project called Elastic Time. We were also the first company ever to show multiplayer real-time volumetric capture in the second participation that we had at the Sundance Film Festival this year. And we have been also showcased at the Festival de Cannes and on other publications about our technology and the projects that we were building. So as you can see, this volumetric capture is completely from any perspective, and it's in real time, so you can really engage with the rest of the people being captured in our stage that is called Imverse Live Stage. Here you can have actually some insights about what people think.
At first it's a live virtual reality experience, and it records you, I guess, from cameras around the place. I don't know how it works.
I put the headset on, and then I saw myself in real-time movement because they have cameras around the room, and it portrays me, my hologram, exactly into the scene.
Oh, she's here!
There you go.
What the? I just got split in half! This shit is awesome!
I mean, it's amazing seeing yourself in a capture while you're actually doing an experience. It's pretty remarkable.
At that point, when you break this barrier of disbelief and you're actually absolutely immersed with a copy of yourself, you can just open this whole new book of possibilities of interaction, right? Because we're always used to, like in VR especially, we're always used to interact with characters and like humans or like creatures that are not ourselves.
The idea behind it is often like used in virtual reality, giving the user, that kind of presence in the piece. But having it be so physical and so immediate, like really, down to like the shapes on my sweater and being able to see the color of my shoes, and it's like there I am, there's my motions. Just knowing that there is like an inevitable progression in that technology, it's incredibly exciting because it's like, yeah, this is the first version of it. Web 1.0. We're going to go further and further.
So as you can see, people is quite excited to see themselves inside of these games. Those were people that were attending the different editions of the Sundance Film Festival. And It's true. It's something that I think it's missing in virtual reality and mixed reality right now, that we have a real presence of ourselves. So with avatars, you had a first version of this, and we believe that with volumetric capture is going to be the future of this location-based entertainment. So what we mean by the volumetric feature of location-based entertainment, and coming back to this expertise both in neuroscience and 3D graphics, is the following. Not only you have your body inside of virtual reality, but it has been proven in neuroscience that it helps reduce the dizziness of the people inside of the game because you have your body as your self-reference. It also helps encoding memory better. You actually remember the game, you remember the experience better if your body was part of it. So that's very important for us, that there is this presence of yourself in the game. It's also going to be very important for this social and collaborative aspect. You are going to be able to engage emotionally and socially with the rest of the players. It's not an avatar of somebody that you don't exactly know if it's a friend or if it's somebody else that entered with you in the experience. You can really see how they are dressed. You can really recognize the emotions on their face of your friends. So it's going to be very important for these multiplayer games in which you are collaborating together. And something for these games that you can do with our holograms is that you don't need to wear anything. You don't need to wear the sensors of motion capture, but actually you don't even need the controllers. You can use your volumetric hologram to grasp a virtual object and to modify and manipulate the environment. So I'm going to give you after an example of what we are going to do next, but imagine a virtual reality escape room in which you are actually looking for the objects in the room, using your hologram to pick them up and actually making your way out of the room together with your friends. And all this is actually powered by a very revolutionary technology that Robin is going to speak a bit more about, is this voxel graphics behind that allows us to be the only solution in the world for multiplayer real-time volumetric capture.
So, well, I think actually we don't have any slides about the technology itself, but I will just give a very short introduction about it. So I have more than, well, soon 20 years of experience in volumetric rendering and 3D graphics in general. And when I started, so it was actually 5 years ago, in the neuroscience, cognitive neuroscience lab of Professor Lav Blanke in Geneva, where I started to work in integrating the self-body inside of VR experiences. Obviously, we started with very simple setups, where we were just having a stereoscopic camera, and we were just projecting whatever you are seeing in front, so your hands in front of you. And it was already bringing some sense of embodiment, which was very interesting. But then we really wanted to go further than that. And back at the time, mesh reconstruction was impossible in real time. Now we start to see a few examples of people that can do it. Usually they do it for miniatures, not really for full-size body, and especially they don't do it for multiplayer because it's currently impossible in terms of computational resources. And for us, voxels was really the way to go. It was the solution because we can, thanks to our technology and our data structure, we can actually convert all the data we can get from the sensors very fast in our volumetric data format. And then, first of all, it allows us to have real time with a very low latency. That's the first thing, multiplayer, as you were saying. But more than that, we are actually saying that it will be the only way to have on the long term high fidelity holograms, because we are not actually downsampling the data. We are just using the data as they come. We are actually now, our issue is really on the hardware side. We are waiting for better depth cameras. But on the opposite, for example, with polygonal approaches, you need to flatten everything, and everything you will lose a lot of details around your nose, for example, the eyes and all that. So we really see that as the best solution for this kind of integration. Of course, on the side, we are working on our voxel technology on a larger scales, not only for holograms. We want to be able to revolutionize the industry of video gaming in the future, to be able to have much more dynamic and realistic worlds, and also to simplify the process of creation, which right now is very tedious for artists. So that's on the longer term, let's say.
So next is if it works, sorry. Yeah, so as we were explaining, what we can do now with our technology, especially for location-based entertainment, is replace motion capture to have your real body instead of an avatar. Our system is actually cheaper than most of the motion capture systems that you have now, and also the onboarding. As you don't need to wear any sensor, we can actually maximize the throughput of people through the venue per day. As Robin was explaining, with voxels we can actually achieve this real time and have more accurate representation of reality of the body capture of the people compared to polygonal volumetric capture, in which sometimes it appears to be flat because you have to downsample the data. And most importantly, and maybe this is very interesting for the people here, is that we can reduce the time and money spent on the production cost, on the production of the mixed reality experiences, and help with the distribution to the venues. And actually, I will give you an example of how you can work with us if you are interested. But first, one thing that we just announced, that is one of our biggest milestones, is that the original creator of the TV show MacGyver has selected us to integrate our technology in a franchise of virtual reality escape rooms. So actually, we will be distributing this thanks to our stage to multiple venues, and you will be able to be with your friends, with your real body, solving the puzzles in this volumetric room. We are also discussing other projects. We are welcome to discuss with you if you are interested in location-based entertainment, and also with the locations, if you know people that could be interested in this kind of projects to be in their venues, you can also put us in contact with them. And this is part of what I wanted to explain here. This is how we work with content creators, and this is how we work with the venues. So basically, what we provide to the content creators is our technology integration. We integrate the technology in the gameplay that they are developing. We don't develop the games. And we help them with the distribution to the venues. So we are contacting venues so they can install our capture stage with the cameras. So if you are a venue operator, you will have a distribution platform accessing all the games that are created with the technology to integrate your body. So the business model, as you can see, is we split, to be fair with everyone involved in the process, we split the ticket sold at the venue per person. We get a percentage for everyone involved in the value chain. This is our team. So as we were explaining before, and maybe you have seen the talks yesterday of Professor Olaf Blanke and Bruno Herbelan, we were working at EPFL, at the Laboratory of Cognitive Neuroscience. They hired us as virtual reality experts to create this technology for neuroscience of embodiment. And we have expanded little by little. We started in 2017. We grew from 2 to 9. So now, as you can see, there is people working with us both in Geneva and in Los Angeles. I'm actually right now based in Los Angeles. So we are closer to the entertainment industry, to the content creators, and to the venues that are offering this type of technologies. So if you want to visit us, you can come either to Geneva or to Los Angeles. And finally, the vision. So as Robin was explaining, right now our focus is location-based entertainment, but the technology underneath what we are creating, it can be very well applied to other markets and industries. So one thing that you can easily imagine is how these holograms could be part of a 3D Skype, if you wish, for training, for telepresence, for business meetings, but also to replace motion capture and green screens in the movie virtual production. And finally, as Robin was explaining, one of the main visions that we had is that this voxel technology could be built into a complete game engine that can be used for 3D graphics in every aspect of the industry. And finally, because these slides, to be honest, are part of a startup general pitch, so we are currently raising funds. I don't know if you are investors, but we are looking for 5 million for our Series A, and it's to secure 50 venues with the experiences that we are offering in collaboration with our content creation partners, distributing 6 experiences during the next 2 years. And to power, obviously, as you know, our research and development in these 3 very important technologies that we have in the company, that is the volumetric capture, our content creation tools to simplify the pipeline for the creators, and the voxel rendering engine that is powering all what we do. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, actually.